Okay, last week we drew our ice creams and then our cones, and then we outlined it in Sharpie. This week we are doing the watercolor pencil. So you're going to be getting a red, a yellow, a sky blue or light blue, and then a brown. Okay, we're going to start with red. Whenever you're using these watercolor pencils, make sure you're sharpening it with this kind of sharpener, not the one at your desk. And don't over sharpen. A lot of you guys try and sharpen until they're really, really, really pointy, and then it breaks immediately. You don't need it all the way sharpened. Just get it to about here and then stop, okay? So I'm gonna do this top. If we're looking at it straight on, the top right one, I'm going to color in red. Just the ice cream, not the cone, okay? I'm taking my time. I'm pressing medium hard. Not light, not super, super, super hard. I'm staying in the lines. If I need to turn my paper so that I color nicer, I can do that. It's always it's easier to move the paper than move your hand. Okay, once I do that, the next color on my color wheel is orange, but I'm going to skip that. I'm not going to do that one right now. I'm going to do my next primary color, which is yellow. So I skip orange and I go down one more and I go to yellow. I'm going to sharpen this just slightly. And if you want to sharpen at your table, that's fine. And then just save all these little shavings and at the end of class, throw them out. That way you're not getting up to the trash can the whole class. Okay, so this one gets colored in yellow. Again, I'm pressing medium hard. I'm not pressing crazy, crazy hard, and I'm also not going really, really light, because if I do it light, they're gonna turn out, instead of like red, it's gonna end up looking pink, because it just won't be dark enough. Okay, so it's not absolutely perfect, but it's mostly colored in. That's fine. We're going to be adding water and turning it into paint anyway. Okay, then I'm going to skip the next one, which is going to be my green, and I'm going to go to my next primary color, which is blue. So it should be every other. There's a red, then a white, right, because we skipped it. Then it's yellow, and then another white one because we skipped it, and then a blue, and then there should be another white one before you're red again. Okay. So, everyone do your red, your yellow, and your blue, and then stop. Don't go ahead and do the other ones. While one person's doing your red, the other person could start with their blue, and another person can start with their yellow. So everyone should be working at the same time, okay, even though you're sharing. Do not do the ones in between, okay? All right, now that you've done your red, your yellow, and your blue, we are going to start layering colors on top of each other to make our secondary colors. Remember, a secondary color is when you mix two primaries. So when I mix red and yellow, I get orange. When I mix yellow and blue, I get green. When I mix blue and red, I get purple. So the white ones are going to be a mix of the ones on each side. So if you forget what goes here, look to the right, you're going to add some red, then look to the left, you're going to add some yellow. And that's what you mix. So I'm going to press just a little bit lighter. It's not super light, but just tiny bit lighter than I did for my straight red, okay? Okay, then I'm going to go over it with my yellow. Now, it kind of looks orange right now, but once we add water, it's going to get a lot brighter. So don't worry if it doesn't look perfect, okay? Because the water really does change it. I always like to do yellow on top because it's a lighter color. Okay, now, on this one, what two colors am I going to mix together? I'm going to mix the blue and the yellow because that's what's in between. That's what's on each side of those, okay? And that's going to make green, okay? So again, I press medium for my blue. And again, I'm going to do the yellow on top because I really feel like yellow is such a light color. I just want it on top. It's going to show up better. Then I take my yellow. Okay. Put it over the top. Then the next one. I'm going to mix my blue and my red. It doesn't matter which one goes first for this. You can do either one. I'm going to do blue, pressing medium, and then red on top. I'll sharpen this red a little. If you feel like you did one color too dark, then add another. Maybe I did too much red. Add the other color a little bit more on the top. There. Okay, now I'm not going to do this for time reasons, but then I want you to do brown on all the cones. Okay, take your time. I'm going really fast just to get it done. But do brown on all the cones going around. Okay, then we get a water. You're going to get a water. Hold on. And a paintbrush. Okay? So, you're going to dip in the water, swipe 3 times, maybe 4 times. Really try and get a lot of the water off. Okay? We don't want a ton of water. We're going to only use the tip of our brush, and we're going to do small circles to mix this. Just small circular motion, and it turns into paint. Now it's really important to do those circles because the circles are going to try and get rid of some of the white spots and kind of mix those 2 colors. Of course, red, we only have red down, so it's not as big of a deal. But with orange, we've got red and yellow that we need to mix together. So after every color, wash your brush, then 1, 2, 3, 4 swipes to get some of the water off. Don't tap because that sprays water on people's papers. And then we're going to use the tip of the brush in that small circular motion, and we're going to just keep doing those circles until it mixes together to make orange. Okay. You might need to go over it 2 or 3 times. Once it's all mixed together, wash it. Go to the next color, 1, 2, 3. Next one's yellow. Again, those solid colors maybe don't need to be mixed as much, but the ones where you have 2 colors layered on top of each other, you really want to get those circles mixing. Mixing, mixing, mixing. So these ones are the ones you're going to have to go over once or twice. Or 3 times. I'm really kind of going over it really well to make sure it's really mixed. Okay, and my blue. This one's a little watery. I should have swiped my brush. You really don't want it that watery, so make sure you're really swiping 1, 2, 3, 4, getting that water off. Okay, and then my purple. And I'm going fast, but stay in the lines better than I am. Go slow. Okay, then when you're done with that, wash your brush and do all the cones. Okay, same thing, small. And I only did the one, but I want you to do all your cones. And then you guys are done.